Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Disney Princess Legacy Challenge. It has been a while, but last we left off, Cinderella and Brent were trying for a baby, and this morning we're going to see what the result of that is. And Cinderella is pregnant. Of course, immediately she goes up to tell her new husband about their new arrival, and apparently goes and talks to Patchy because I only found out when I was watching another creator's videos, Disney Princess Legacy Challenge, that you can get Patchy to join your household. So I'm trying to do that. Also, I'm getting the nursery ready. I originally had in a double bed for Tiana, because Generation 3 is Tiana, and I had a big green double bed that I thought would be really nice. But instead of moving it to the other room, I just sold it. I don't know why. So we made our little nursery for Tiana for when she comes. And then Brent, because of his job and his aspiration, was just playing guitar like all day while Cinderella was at work. And when Cinderella comes back, she gets straight to her garden, her flower arranging. Obviously she was kind of locked up when she was in her family home, which Doc White is here. I think that was Brent I had interacting with her. I was like, oh, Cinderella does not have a good relationship with her sister. But despite all that she was through, she seems to have a decent relationship with all of her siblings. Apart from this morning when Cinderella shared her news, they haven't really spent any time together today. Cinderella was focused on her career pursuits, and Brent was focused on his. So I try and start off the next morning with them together. Brent and Cinderella are having breakfast for some reason. Brent is having garden salad, while Cinderella had something a little more breakfasty. Oh, I thought I had them being a bit more together today, but no, I had Brent go play the guitar and Cinderella do some gardening. Here's Patchy jumping to life for the first time, perhaps, helping out with the garden. But yeah, Cinderella weirdly was gardening through the wall at one point, so yeah. So while Cinderella chats with Patchy in the garden, Brent maybe sees this from inside and gets a little jealous and decides he's going to go and ask Cinderella on a date. But also that is her lifetime aspiration, because, I thought Cinderella wants to meet Prince Charming, wants to get away from all of the stuff that she's had to deal with in her childhood, so soulmate aspiration, I think that's what's called, is what I want for. So Brent asks her to go to the Hare and Hedgehog in Windenburg, which is where they live, and I wonder how they get, because they live on an island, so I'm like, oh, is there a boat? Do they have a little, rowboat? Is it like Kiss the Girl and the Little Mermaid? I don't think there's an Ariel generation in this, but I don't know. Yeah, so Snow's spirit is fading away. which is quite sad, but we kind of turned Snow into the evil stepmother, so, which is why her hair is not snow-like there. So we have both Brent and Cinderella. I almost called her Snow there. Just sitting down, chatting, having a nice date. Cinderella's looking quite pregnant now. We have people keeping on walking in the shot, just staring at the camera. And Brent unfortunately has to work, but in the meantime he's going to tell some very enthusiastic stories about planets, I suppose. But we have our gold, which is what we needed. Oh, there's a lady in the she keeps scaring me. Another pregnant person. And I'm following her to find out who she is. Tina Tinker. So Brent, unfortunately, just went and chatted with other people. But Cinderella, being pregnant, was like, ooh, I'm craving a pastry. So she goes and lines up for one because I achieved gold already. So, Plus Brent has to head off. So I have him going to work. I worried that it was going to mess up the date. Be like, oh, well, you abruptly ended your date. Because they sometimes did that. I feel like in The Sims 2, if you ended the date early, they'd be like, oh, that was a bad date, even if they were at the top level. But luckily, we did not get that glitch here. And with Brent at work, Cinderella's going right back to what she normally does, doing some gardening and flower arranging. But she does come inside. Oh, I was going to say she does come inside, but no, that was her off to work the following day. She basically flower arranged, and then Brent came home, they slept, kind of living a separate life again. Here's Cinderella back from work. Wow, that's really cute. I like the way that shirt sort of, sits on the pregnant belly. Just remember those awful Sims 2 maternity clothes. Oh, speaking of maternity clothes, here's Tina Tinker, who we found all pregnant in the coffee shop, and I was kind of chasing her. And Brent is chatting with her as well, and Tina comes to fix the shower, and Brent comes to get some water while Cinderella goes for a nap. Again, continuing their kind of separate life, which is pretty annoying. I have no idea why this plant is in the middle of the floor. I came on to edit this and was like, why is that there? It's very strange. So Brent gets back from work, gets promoted. Cinderella evolves her plants in her sleep because she's that green-fingered. And Brent finally joins her to sleep. And perhaps this morning I was going to say spend some more time together, but Cinderella is in labor. Now, this feels almost like a Benny Hill sketch or something. Because I send them to the hospital, and I've been playing the 100 Baby Challenge recently. And so I was quite pleasantly surprised when Brent hung around because, he's actually Cinderella's husband. But Cinderella wasn't really keen about being in labor. She just went to get some food and then eventually decided, oh, hey, actually, I kind of need to give birth soon. And so she's standing here, just like holding her belly. And now she goes into the machine. There's a ghost doctor because The Sims. And yeah, he's a medical intern. Oh dear. So as you see, he sets up everything. The baby bassinet was right there, but Cinderella's still panting. She like glitched out of the machine, not like glitched. She like the game went weird. Glitched, I suppose, out of the machine and is now taking out some trash. And doesn't seem to be that bothered about her labour. Maybe a bit sore, but yeah, I wasn't sure what to do with her. She also got her moodlets, her needs maxed, and Brent's just chilling. But here she is holding her belly again. But she got her needs maxed, which usually happens after you've had a baby, which I'm sure is not a real life experience. She got a phone call from her boss. She is missing work. If she misses too many days, her job performance will suffer. Well, she's kind of in labor right now. So, yeah. Oh, I think that maybe what glitched her was that I sent her to go into work, but I expected her to have had the baby by then, so. But maybe that was what the issue was. So, I sent her home again and tried it over again because I just, things didn't work out very well. Plus, now that it's the day shift, it's, things are not working out very well. I was going to say, Vihan is her stepdad is, the doctor, so that's quite nice. But here's Cinderella stuck in a wall or a window. But when I put the walls up and she realized it was a window, I guess, it unglitched her. Now, obviously, I'm hoping for a girl because Tiana is supposed to be the next generation. I didn't cheat it or anything like that. I don't think I did. No, I definitely didn't cheat it, but I might have eaten strawberries or something. But we have Tiana, and happily, she's here, and it's only one, and it's a girl. So that was really a relief. So yes, Brent decides to go play on the computer, but gets kicked home because, The Sims. I also changed the last name to Disney because I realized, I think when Cinderella was born, that she was Cinderella White. And obviously Cinderella is not Snow, so White didn't make much sense, obviously, as a surname. And so Cinderella spends some time with her baby before going back to all of her little babies in the garden. Brent was up, kind of like, what are you doing? And I think he seems to always go to the garden when Patchy's there. And I don't know if he wants to befriend Patchy or if, it seems like he's chatting to him. Which, Patchy, get back to work. Now Cinderella's back to flower arranging, but does realize, hey, I actually have a proper, an actual child, not just a child in the garden just now. And Patchy comes and says goodbye, despite him living in the garden. I don't know. So, I believe this is before, is this before infants are made? I'm not sure. This video is actually over a year old at the time I am recording this. I'm intending on putting this out tonight, April the 12th. So, this video was actually recorded in March of last year. I kind of stopped playing. I think it's because I thought I had fallen really far behind in my editing, but I actually hadn't fallen too far behind. So, anyway, Vihan stopped by with a gift for Cinderella, possibly, and his new granddaughter, and he was like, oh, I want to see my granddaughter. And she was like, oh, I'll show you my pride and joy. It's the flowers I just made at the flower arranging table. Not, oh, I'll show you my baby. But here she is spending some more time with her baby. Brent came home, went straight to bed, but Cinderella goes straight up because the baby was up and he didn't see to her. So yeah, kind of a little bit rocky for Cinderella and Brent. But with Tiana here, maybe, I don't know, it didn't look like it was going to change, but hopefully things will perk up for the two of them. Anyway,